Imagine a battlefield like this. On one side stands the world's most powerful military force, America and Israel. They possess advanced fighter jets, missiles worth billions of dollars, and the most sophisticated air defense systems in the world. But surprisingly, standing against this massive power is a weapon that costs less than an ordinary car. And that small weapon alone is slowly beginning to change the entire equation of the war. Many military analysts now say that because of this drone, Iran has developed a new kind of warfare strategy, where power is not the main factor. Instead, intelligence and economic pressure have become the most powerful weapons. Just think about it. If a drone worth only a few $1,000s can force the use of missiles worth millions, then how drastically can the balance of war change? This unequal fight is now creating a new reality in global politics, and at the center of this mystery is a strange weapon developed by Iran, the Shahed 136 kamikaze drone, also known as a suicide drone. Yes, we are living in a time where war, global politics, and economic crises are making the future uncertain for many people. And now the real question is, where does this new kind of warfare lead? Just think about it. The famous American Tomahawk cruise missile costs several $million. Russia's Kun-01 cruise missile also costs close to millions. Even Iran's own Fateh 110 ballistic missile can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in the middle of all this comes a weapon that costs only a few $1,000s, sometimes even less than an old car. And that weapon is the Shahed 136 drone. This is where the real power of this drone begins. It is often called a kamikaze drone or a suicide drone. In military terms, it is known as a loitering munition, because unlike traditional missiles, it doesn't just strike directly. Instead, it can circle in the sky for a long time, searching for its target, like a hunting bird looking for prey. Some targets are not always visible. They appear for a brief moment and disappear within seconds. So this drone can stay in the sky for a long time, circling above its target, waiting for the perfect moment. And when that moment arrives, it suddenly dives down toward the ground, destroying the target with an explosion and destroying itself in the process. Another unusual feature of this drone is its sound. When it flies through the sky, its engine noise sounds very similar to a scooter. That's why it is often called a flying scooter, because it uses a small two-stroke engine, similar to the engine of a scooter. And that strange sound often creates fear in people's minds, because when someone hears that sound in the sky, they realize something is coming. This drone is about 3.5 meters long, with a wingspan of around 3 meters. The total weight of the drone is approximately 220 kilograms. At the front, it carries an explosive warhead, weighing between 30 to 50 kilograms. At the rear, there is a propeller that pushes the drone forward as it spins. It uses a simple two-stroke gasoline engine, which can generate up to around 50 horsepower, allowing the drone to fly at speeds of about 200 kilometers per hour. There is no dedicated cooling system. As the drone moves at high speed, the airflow itself cools the engine. To maintain stable flight, it has control surfaces at the rear and flaps and elevons on the wings that help it change direction. These are controlled by small servo motors. At the center of the drone, there is a compact computer system that controls the entire flight. It also includes a GPS system that determines its position using satellites. If the GPS fails for any reason, the drone switches to an inertial navigation system, where internal sensors calculate its speed and direction to keep it on the correct path. In some cases, this drone can even detect radar signals. If it identifies signals from an air defense system, it can automatically move toward that source and carry out an attack. Because once a defense system's radar is destroyed, the entire system becomes almost blind. This drone is launched using a specialized launcher truck. On top of the truck, there is a launch rail where the drone is positioned at a specific angle. Then, a small rocket booster attached underneath is activated, which quickly lifts the drone into the sky. And once the main engine of the drone starts running, the booster separates automatically. This drone has a range of up to around 2,000 kilometers, but its real power lies here. It rarely attacks alone. Instead, multiple drones are launched together, sometimes even hundreds of drones at the same time. And they don't all strike a single target. They choose multiple targets separately. These drones usually don't fly at very high altitudes. Instead, they move close to the ground. As a result, they are often detected late by radar, and by the time they are spotted, it may already be too late. Technically, they can be intercepted, but this is where the biggest problem appears. Cost. Because while a single drone may cost only a few $1,000s, it is often destroyed using missiles worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. For example, the Tamir missile used in Israel's Iron Dome system costs far more than this drone. And if the US Patriot missile is used, the cost increases even further. In simple terms, a cheap drone is often destroyed with a much more expensive weapon. And when hundreds of drones attack at once, even advanced defense systems begin to struggle. That's why many military experts believe the Shahed 136 is not just a drone, but a symbol of a new reality in modern warfare. A reality where weapons worth millions are being challenged by drones, costing just a few $1,000s. Many people may have already heard that interceptor missile stockpiles in Israel and the US are gradually decreasing. Because while Iran can produce these drones quickly and in large numbers, advanced interceptor missiles take far more time and are significantly more expensive to manufacture. So in the end, where this conflict is heading and what the future holds remains a big question. What do you think? How will this new form of warfare shape the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful and insightful content.